Did we talk about Gutfeld last week when I was on? I don't.
Maybe you might have mentioned it, but that it was just in mention, and that was it. You moved on.
Okay. I was on Gutfeld 2 weeks ago, like right before I came out here to Hawaii, and the subject was Jason Aldean. I don't know how to pronounce his name, country singer, where they literally try to cancel this guy. They try to say his song was racist. They try to say his video was racist. And if this doesn't tell you how sick, twisted, and demented anyone that comes up with that perception is, I don't know what does. This is, if you don't think we're being taken over, like this isn't woke. Woke is a nice word for communist dictatorship takeover. A violent, aggressive takeover. There's no other way for me to explain it. If they literally, with this song and this entertainer, he writes a song, and the song is basically when the riots were happening, and they like to call it protest, and we saw things burning down, and I saw the videos of people getting dragged out of their car and beaten, and people literally tried to validate that, which that alone is disgusting and disturbing. And the Country Network took his video off, so forget them. Put them on that whole list of you're out. Bankrupt them. Bankrupt that net. Who watches any network television? The country station was probably whatever, CMT, whatever the hell it's called. Done, dead. Finish them off. How do you validate pulling this guy's video, which is now like number one? His song became number one because all the jackasses that try to make something of it. I mean, they used words like lynching. Aren't we getting tired of it? You can get in a car accident, people scream, "Oh, it's racist, lynching." Isn't their battle cry exhausting? It's over. They've been caught with their pants down. It's over for them. All these so-called woke who are really just dictator aggressors. Woke means aggressor. If you're woke, you're a aggressor. You're a fascist. You are a dictator. And you preach hate and violence. There's no two ways around it. You are the enemy. You don't stand up for humanity whatsoever. You're just the opposite. This is what I had to say on Gutfeld when it came to that video and them trying to cancel it.
I listened to the song. I watched the video. What baffles my mind is, okay, you can burn the place down. You can drag innocent elderly women out of a car and beat them, kick them. You can light churches on fire, but just don't write no songs about it.
Exactly.
Now you're crossing the racial tension line.
Exactly. And then I ended it by saying,
I'll say this. I live in Florida right now.
Yeah.
If things go down, you better find yourself a redneck friend.
Yeah.
Real quick. You can judge them all you want, but they're the ones that are up in a tree know how to skin a hog. Just saying.
I think you better become friends with a redneck real quick. You can judge them all you want, but they're the ones that hang out up in the trees and know how to catch a hog and skin a buck or whatever I said, which is a very good tone for my new tour. It's Survival Tour, which is really, I wanted to name it Country Boy Will Survive, because the more I hang out with country boys, the more I realize they are the ones that are going to survive. And that's why everyone judges them and they're afraid, they're scared to death of them. But what kind of society are we? And read this guy's lyrics. Tell me what's racist here. Listen to these lyrics, and you're going to tell me there's people screaming racism? They're pathetic now. They're not even trying. They're pathetic. So, sucker punch somebody on a sidewalk. Is that racist? No. Carjack an old lady at a red light. Is that racist? No. Pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store. I don't see any racism yet. You think it's cool? Well, act a fool if you like. Cuss at a cop, spit in his face. I don't see any racism there. I don't see any lynching. Stomp on the flag and light it up. Does that sound like it needs to be canceled? Does that sound like racism? Yeah, you think you're tough. Well, try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. Around here, we take care of our own. Oh my God, that is just absurd. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't. Try that in a small town. Get a gun that my granddad gave me. Oh, got a gun that my granddad gave me. They say one day they're going to round up. Well, that shit might fly in the city. Good luck. Try that in a small town. So you get the tone of this song. And when you play the video, he shows all white people. That's number one. But you really need to understand what is going on. I have friends that came from communist countries, and they're literally trying to voodoo your ass. You know, COVID was one thing. That was one disturbing thing. But those riots were very disturbing. And it was encouraged by your vice president. It was encouraged by certain politicians. Violence, murder, burning, destroying livelihoods was encouraged. And now this song just simply says, you know, showing he doesn't even sing in an outrageous way. It doesn't sound metal. If I sang it, it would have sounded a lot more aggressive. And I don't know deep down when we talk about what happened, if many people would have been as kind as this guy with his song. There's a lot of fury that lies within a lot of people for what they saw and what they experienced. And you can't justify that. You can't justify it any way you can. I laugh in people's faces when they try to justify it because they're fools. You're a fool if you try to justify such disturbing violence, disgusting part of humanity. That was a very well-planned, funded event. And it basically funded hate and violence. And so now you're going to try to cancel, you're going to try to pretend it didn't exist. So in other words, if I came to your house and I dragged your mother out of the house and I kicked her and I burnt the house down, I never met your mother, and your mother had nothing to do with something that I'm angry about at a place that I never even been to. I'm just a sick individual watching the news, all riled up from the emotions, from the crimes on humanity that the media gives us. And they infiltrate those emotions and my mind, and I lash out. Now I'm going to write a song about that, and that's the crime? Do you realize the country you're in and what's going on? Do you realize you have been taken over? We have been infiltrated. Do you understand that? When you get away with the violence, the murder, the lashing out, the words they use to encourage these acts, and then someone's just writing a song, and you're going after the song, pretending that never existed, pretending that people weren't affected by that. I know it's here in our own country, but they're pointing to Russia and they're pointing to all these other enemies. The enemy might be right here, especially when they're turning on us and they're making us turn against each other. I pray to God you wake up real quick, because this isn't a joke. They are after your kids. They got your kids. They were violent. They did burn things down. They did murder people. And now they won't even let you talk about it? Are we in El Salvador? Where are we? I know some people don't want to think that this is truly happening. It's happening. And unless you stand up to these infiltrators, which is exactly what they are, they're infiltrators. They've infiltrated our republic. And they are showing no mercy. They've proved they're showing no mercy. They will show no mercy on your child. They will show no mercy on your mother. They will show no mercy on your neighbor. And they will show no mercy on you. They've proven that. They have flaunted that. It is happening. You must face it. And you must push back. Speak your mind. Stop being so scared. Good God, there's millions of us. People always ask me, you know, they say, hey man, thanks for speaking up. I go, thanks. That's what we should be doing. Thanks for saying the things you do. Well, that's what we should be doing. Well, we're scared. What are you scared of? They're a bunch of bullies. They're a bunch of nobodies. They're a bunch of spineless nobodies. And we can lift each other up. I ain't talking about violence. We can lift each other up. Give each other, spread that love. Spread that understanding. But when they're trying to cancel, again, woke and cancel is a nice word for infiltrated by an enemy. So I don't know who Jason Aldean is, but I'll tell you what. Thank you, Jason, for writing such an incredible song.
Check out the Bruniverse every Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific. If you can't wait till then, sign up for Patreon and get it a day early, along with other exclusive content.